Welcome to SVG-TV's news for Monday, December 30th, 2024. I'm Triska Campbell with the details. A shipment valued at £5 million arrived at a cruise ship berth in Kingstown on Saturday, December 28th, 2024 to assist in the ongoing reconstruction efforts in the southern Grenadines. The delivery, which consists of 750 tons of heavy construction machinery and building materials, is part of a collaborative initiative between the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Ian Waste, the founder of the Bolimi Bio Group. The donated equipment will play a vital role in rebuilding communities affected by Hurricane Beryl, particularly the islands of Canoan and Union Island.
There's 26 containers, 26 pieces of machinery. The machineries come from a project that we had in Scotland, and we decided to donate it to this project down in Union and in Canoan. So that's really what it is. Its approximate value would be about £3 million. What's that in dollars? 8.
It should be about 11 million EC.
11 million EC.
Well, he got bargains, you see, because what he told me, and he didn't want to say it because of the bargains he got. He has had a history for many years of doing bargains. That if you were to get the market value, if you were to put it up for proper auction and everything like that, it would be twice that number. But
well, you were going to buy a fire engine for $1 million, and US, and we bought it for 100,000.
Yes, so he's so you get the idea there. He has been good at this sort of thing. He has been doing it for a while. He has had lots of experience as a businessman and in his earlier life in procuring things.
Yeah.
Heavy duty equipment and the like. I really want to thank Ian Waste and the Gumbalimba Group for this fantastic donation. And it's fortunately too that we have this particular shipping agency, our brother from Kestrel, that they're on the road or on the seas. They have helped to make the rates coming out of the UK more competitive. When another line, which had the virtual monopoly, like many monopolies, they kind of got the higher end of the margin. I wouldn't call the name of the monopoly because we are grateful for their service too.
Yeah. But in reality, Kestrel have bought this equipment in here at probably a fifth of the price that it would have been to come in through another commercial basis.
Yes.
Prime Minister Dr. Afghan Saab, speaking at the arrival of the shipment, highlighted the significance of the donation and expressed deep gratitude to Ian Waste. The Prime Minister also noted that Waste, who owns a home on Canoan and has a long-standing connection to the southern Grenadines, has always had a special affinity for the islands and its people.
There's some homeowners who do and some who don't, and he's among those who prioritize keeping in touch with the people in the community. And it was his natural instinct to help. And then
don't waste a crisis.
Yes, and then when we met and talked about what we intend to do, the government, he got very excited and said, listen, we're going to work together on this. And his initial contribution, which he had intended, skyrocketed 5 times. So I'm very happy that we met and we discussed.
Yeah, you're a good negotiator.
Well,
everything is 1/5 or 5 times.
Well, the thing about it is this: there are many forces which I use to persuade him, and
charm. That was all you used.
Yeah, and I use
good looks, slight massage.
Yes, and I use
and a lovely wife. Your lovely wife.
I use Goya and I use Eloise, and we use everything which was at our disposal,
Yeah.
Those are the
But hold on.
Those are the hidden sort of stuff.
Okay, but the reality is all of it. Hold on, I'm going to cut over him.
Yes.
But the reality is all of this equipment is to provide the bridgehead from to Union from Canwan for the rebuilding. The reality is we need the equipment, and for the last 6 months we've been working basically without the equipment, and this is the equipment to then make a step change in terms of the productivity on the island. So these diggers, dumpers, bowsers are crying out to be used, and this is the way that we will be able to build faster and vastly more efficiently than we've been able to date. And we've already put hundreds of roofs back on a couple of hundred in Canwan, 50 or 60 in Union. But we need this kit, and that's what it's here for. And
this initiative is the latest in a series of partnerships between the government and other international stakeholders aimed at rebuilding and strengthening the resilience of the Southern Grenadines and SVG on a whole in the face of future challenges. Director of Grenadines Affairs Edwin Snag has commended the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for its ongoing efforts to rebuild homes and critical infrastructure in the Southern Grenadines, which were severely impacted by Hurricane Beryl earlier this year. Speaking on WFM's Issues at Hand program on Sunday, Snag took the opportunity to wish the people of the Southern Grenadines a happy and prosperous new year. He acknowledged that it has been an extremely challenging period for the residents, particularly the most vulnerable who have been borne the brunt of the hurricane's destruction.
The government engaged in a particular policy to help, to begin with, the elderly, and of course, some of the more vulnerable people, because I mean, you look at persons who are probably in their late 70s and their 80s, and what has happened is that they have seen their lives work. They have seen what they have worked for the entirety of their lives, and it just passed away in 2 hours. You know what I mean? And they do not have the means and the resources to rebuild that. They can't replace that. And here is where the state, of course, has stepped in in a very significant way. Now, we may say, and of course, that the discussion takes place that government does not have the responsibility to replace your house roof, and in some instances, some persons have lost everything in its entirety. But then again, we can't just throw our hands up in the air. And I had a conversation with an elderly man a couple of days ago, and he says to me that when he looks at Ralph Gonzalez and the effort that has been made particularly in the Southern Grenadines, he say, I see the act of a father.
Snag also described the rebuilding process across the various islands in the Southern Grenadines as a monumental task, one that will require sustained effort and collaboration from all sectors. He thanked the many entities, both local and internationally, that have contributed to the ongoing recovery efforts.
Has to mention Ian Weiss, who is, a homeowner in Canwan, and his Gumbalimbo team for the work that they have done significantly, particularly with government buildings and so on and things, and even some private homes and that sort of thing. One has to commend that.
Can you remind us of his contribution? Do you recall that? In dollars?
Yeah, well, I know that he has significant money has been spent in terms of start with the very cleanup, which went in the tune like something like about 8, 9, 10 million.
Snag also raised concerns about the long-term sustainability of the rebuilding efforts, noting that the government faces the ongoing challenge of balancing the rebuilding efforts in the Southern Grenadines with the demands of other national priorities.
The policy didn't cover acts of God and and all that sort of thing. You know what I mean? And then we have those. And that's only 79, and so we're talking about 1,300 houses overall, and there are persons who definitely doesn't have any means to even to begin to rebuild in any way. There again, despite the fact of the challenges, the state will hold on to an obligation to assist its citizens, in every way possible. What we have, however, is that there are so many persons on mainland St. Vincent currently who are housed in guest houses and other private rental apartments and so on, and it's astronomical, the persons who attend schools and so on. I think because the majority of children are actually, there are only about 80 children attending school in Union Island at this current time. The majority of them are, attending school in Annesville. And here we have the government with its duplication. You have school in Union Island, and you have school on mainland St. Vincent. So you have the primary school down there and the secondary school, and then you have the primary and secondary school here in Annesville. And the recurrent cost is significant. Not because I am part and parcel of the administration, but I think that the effort that has been made is really a phenomenal one.
In addition to discussing the rebuilding process, SNAG also raised an important issue concerning some insurance companies. He reported that certain insurers have been attempting to avoid compensating victims for the damage caused by Hurricane Beryl despite clear evidence of the destruction. He emphasized the need for greater accountability within the insurance industry, noting that many people in the southern Grenadines are already struggling, and delays or refusals in claims would only exacerbate their challenges. The government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines today welcomed the ambassador of the Federation Republic of Brazil, Her Excellency Ana Lelilia Benicia Beltrim, as she formally presented credentials to Her Excellency Dame Susan Duggan, Governor General of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, during a ceremony held at Government House in Kingston. In presenting her credentials, Ambassador Ana Lelilia Benicia Beltrim expressed Brazil's commitment to fostering stronger bilateral ties and exploring new avenues for cooperation between the two nations. The ambassador highlighted Brazil's dedication to the deepening collaboration in several areas, as well as addressing global challenges like climate change and food security. Her Excellency Dame Susan Duggan extended warm greetings to the Brazilian envoy, emphasizing the historical friendship between St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Brazil. She noted the significance of the bilateral multilateral cooperation for both countries. The ceremony marks a new chapter in the diplomatic relations between the two countries, which have enjoyed strong ties since the establishment of diplomatic relations in 2010. Importantly, too, the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines welcomes the re-establishment of the Brazilian embassy in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Ambassador Ana Lelilia Benicia Beltrim also held discussions with Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves to officially mark the commencement of a tenure and explore upcoming opportunities for cooperation. The Florida Caribbean Cruise Association, the FCCA, has named St. Vincent and the Grenadines as the Caribbean's leading nature destination in 2024. The accolade from the FCCA celebrates the unique natural beauty, biodiversity, and sustainable tourism practices of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In an interview with NBC Radio, Chief Executive Officer of the SVG Tourism Authority, Annette Mark, says the natural beauty of St. Vincent and the Grenadines makes the country a haven for nature lovers.
We have such initiatives that we are implementing and have started implementing, such as community-based tourism, nature trade, creating impressive experiences, I should say, immersive experiences for persons coming to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and at the same time, we're limiting our carbon footprint so as to protect our natural resources. Of course, St. Vincent and the Grenadines definitely offers is paradise where nature actually thrives. in the purest form.
Mark says the SVG Tourism Authority is committed to promoting sustainable tourism practices, ensuring that both locals and visitors can enjoy the natural wonders of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for generations to come. The presentation of the 2025 budget estimates and budget has been rescheduled. A notice from the House of Assembly states that the meetings where the estimates were expected to be laid, which was originally scheduled for Friday, January 3rd, 2025 at 9 a.m., has now been moved to Thursday, January 9th, 2025 at 9 a.m. The notice also confirms that the ceremonial opening of the 5th season of the 11th Parliament, originally scheduled for Monday, January 6, 2025 at 3 p.m., has been rescheduled to Monday, January 13, 2025 at 3 p.m. In other news, the police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of Glenroy Fraser, a 38-year-old subcontractor from Kittels and Canada. According to police reports, in the early hours of Saturday, December 28, 2024, at approximately 1:30 a.m., they were alerted to a vehicle spotted over an embankment in Kelboni. Upon promptly responding to the scene, officers discovered Fraser inside the vehicle with his hands and feet bound and an apparent head injury. Personnel from the crime scene unit processed the scene and the surrounding areas, retrieving several exhibits including a spent shell. The vehicle, an SUV, is reported to be a rental. The district medical officer, the DMO, was summoned to the scene and officially pronounced Fraser dead. A post-mortem examination will be conducted to determine the exact cause of death. The police say the investigations remain ongoing and are urging anyone with information that could assist to come forward. Authorities emphasize that all information will be handled with the strictest of confidentiality. Fraser's death brings the island's homicide count for the year 2024 to 54, just one short of the 55 recorded last year. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force extends its condolences to the family and friends of the deceased. 2 healthy baby girls were welcomed into the world at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital on Christmas Day, December 25, 2024. The first baby girl was born at 5:39 a.m., weighing a healthy 7.72 pounds. The second baby girl was delivered just 6 hours later at 11:22 a.m., weighing 7.45 pounds. Both babies and their mothers are reported to be in good health. The mothers are settling into motherhood well and expressing joy over their blessings. Hospital staff extended their congratulations to the new family, noting that the arrival of the 2 healthy babies on Christmas Day was a joyous occasion for everyone involved.